So today we're going to talk about marketing your business and finding buyers. So as I've said a million times, confidentiality is very important, but how do you actually market a business and sell it when you can't even say what that business is? You really have to know how to toe the line between being vague and being informative. And a good broker is actually able to do that. Because what you're really wanting to do is be able to entice buyers to contact you for more information, but not let them know what your business is until you're ready to tell them. So there are two levels to this. The first level is the executive profile, and the second level is the confidential business overview. So the executive profile is really just a website teaser. It's something that we put up on all the websites such as Biz Buy Sell, and the purpose behind it is to give just enough information to make a buyer want to get more information about the business. So this is a spot where a fantastic broker can be separated from the bad brokers, because there are thousands of tire kickers out there who inquire about every business they see, but they never actually follow through with it. So a good broker, when they get an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, inquiry, they are going to actually call this potential buyer and they're going to vet them out. They do that by asking some questions to get an idea about, is this potential buyer a good fit for the business? Does it sound like they would actually follow through with buying a business? And third, and most importantly, can they actually afford to buy this business? So once a broker is able to determine that they are a good buyer, they will let them in on the next step, which is presenting to them the confidential business overview. Now this is a deeper dive into your business. This is going to say who your business actually is. It's going to talk about your structure and your history. It's going to talk about your services and your products and the type of customers and vendors you work with. The idea behind this one is that you want to give them a much better idea about your company so that they can figure out if it's something they can see themselves owning and want to move forward with. Now, when I get a business listing, I do a deep dive into the business because I want to figure out some key things. Now, keep in mind, I'm never going to be the expert that the business owner is, but I want to be able to figure out four main things. I want to be able to figure out what the value this company has over their competitors. I want to figure out the drawbacks in the business, and I want to figure out the potential that the business has. But most importantly, I want to figure out who the ideal buyer for this business is. Because once I figure out who that ideal buyer is, I can actually create a market plan to put the business in front of that buyer and reel them in. Because at that point, it's all about just gift of gab and infectious personality to really get them to move on to the next step. And the next step is actually meeting the business owner and possibly doing a site visit. So this is also very important to have a good broker involved, because a good broker is going to manage the entire conversation, and before it even happens, they're going to prep the seller for the introduction. It's incredibly important to do this right because you only get one chance to make a good impression. So I'm going to give a little bit of a reality check here. The industry standard in business brokering is that about 20% of businesses that are listed will actually sell. So here at Business Acquisitions, we sell about 65% of the businesses that we list. When you've been around for 40 years and you have the top brokers, you really understand what it takes to really make a business shine. So the next step, once a buyer is ready to move on and dive deeper into the business, is to present a letter of intent, an LOI. But we're going to talk about that next week when we talk about offers and due diligence. I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you on the next one.